Yeah, it's like here, can you feel like, well, it's almost like when reaching for the post, can you reach and have the hips kind of come with the leg, but try to feel like you can kind of get the hips to shift. Because like even if you lose this tether on this left post, at least you're here. You know what I mean? And now you can see through this space. Ah, nice. Good hips. Ah, there we go. Excellent. Nice. Ah, so see how the hips came forward there? Paddle. Good. Keep the sight lines. Good. Paddle. Yeah, good. Hey goalies, Keaton here. So quick tip today is let's try to find a rhythm. Now we've all heard of flow state when a goalie is in the zone or when an athlete generally is in the zone. Things feel a little bit more effortless. We can slow down time. I believe we can do this by syncing up to the play and trying to make sure that, again, we find a rhythm in our movements. So with training, let's try to make sure you go through things nice and slow so then you perfect each different movement and pattern. And then once you do that, find a nice rhythm while you're going through it. So I do this by trying to blend each pattern into another effortlessly in a very relaxed yet structured way. And then I can add more pace to it. So for example, pushing the glutes back, create a little bit more folding through the front of the hip flexors, creating some momentum to get to the inside of the post. Then I seal, then I transfer post to post. All right, you can see that each movement is again blending seamlessly into another. It doesn't feel like I'm there and then I'm jagged, and each movement is almost a separate movement unto itself. So again, try to feel like you can blend each movement into another movement. And then hopefully you will start to find your flow. And then hopefully with that, you can be a little bit more relaxed through your movements. We can then have our hands a little bit more at play. Obviously, we can track pucks a little bit better if we're less tense with the shoulders, the muscles in general, okay? So if you find this flow state, if you find a nice blend of each pattern and movement into another, it is a lot easier to just kind of stay somewhat out of your brain and more in your body. You want to feel like the pushing leg driving through and the head driving through are obviously working in sync. So they're working on two ends of the same kind of like spectrum or pendulum. Does that make sense? And on the same plane where you're almost like here with your head and here with your leg. So go, good, and then keep. Does that make sense? Like, and you gotta think like, okay, like I'm tracking this puck off my body, I'm here. That makes sense? I'm not here. Ready? Keep. Good.